it's ready. I'm gonna pull some tarot messages for you to see what you need to know. Ooh, okay. So, first card out is the Three of Swords. So, whoever's coming across this, a lot of you are healing. A lot of you have navigated some very painful situations. I'm really seeing with the Nine of Wands in the reverse here, like you are in this process of trying to overcome, for a lot of you, a breakup, because we do have the Two of Cups here, okay? So for a lot of you, you've been navigating heartache, and that's fitting because, as I mentioned, a lot of us have been going through these cycles of leaving behind relationships that honestly were karmic. They were meant to teach us something. They were meant to help us honestly come home to ourselves for a lot of people. The year of the snake was really about shedding, and a lot of karmic relationships wrapped. And so a lot of you are still recovering from that, and it's been really hard. Like the energy feels heavy, okay? But it feels like this Two of Cups to me is kind of giving the energy of coming into union with yourself, meaning like you have deepened your connection to your own truths, to your own power, to yourself, and you're in the process of learning how to not just, I want to say date yourself, but you're learning how to be content within yourself. And that process could be difficult for you if you have a background of like really heavily relying on your partners in relationships. I personally resonate with this, so I definitely feel you on this. But what's interesting is the bottom of the deck was the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles. So what this feels like to me is that this is actually ushering you into a very abundant season, okay? And I've been picking up on this energy a lot, and it feels like it might feel difficult to believe with everything that's going on around us, right? But also if you've been in this heavy energy for so long, right? But it's in this process of learning how to come home to yourself that you find sincere joy in ways that you weren't able to when you were reliant on people who ultimately were just not going to be able to give you what you need. The only person that can really do that is you. And so now you're back coming into union with yourself. You open yourself up to receiving things that are in alignment with who you truly are, because now you are whole. Not that you ever weren't, right? But it's all about a perspective. So I feel like you're about to come into an era that feels genuinely happy, like you feel content, you feel secure. That's really what I'm strongly getting here, especially with this Ten of Pentacles, secure. And I feel like there's an opportunity for like long-term success for you, okay? I'm gonna pull more for this, oh god, for this Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I do see the King of Cups in reverse. So for a lot of you, you were in situations, you were in relationship dynamics with people who were not able to give you what you needed. It wasn't balanced, it wasn't reciprocal, and there's an entire collective of people, myself included, who just came out of cycles like this, who were in cycles where they were the ones overgiving. And like by being in these very codependent dynamics, or like I'm seeing like a lot of anxious attachments with avoidant attachments, you were keeping yourself stuck because there was a part of you that needed to unlearn the dependence on someone else to give you that fulfillment. It's like waiting for someone else to come in and give you what you can give yourself, because a lot of the energy of what you were feeling wasn't necessarily from that person, it was your energy. And so learning how to take that energy that you were giving so readily to someone else, and they weren't able to fully receive it because they had their own wounding and things they need to heal from, and learning how to pour that into yourself is what's bringing you this joy, this contentment. And then that's putting you in this new energy so that you can align with things that are actually like more successful. I feel like the commitments that come into your life now are going to feel very different, and it's going to feel a lot more mutual because you're in a different energy. You know how to pour into yourself now. You know how to give yourself love. So you're not showing up in an energy of lack. That's really what it is. You're showing up in an abundant energy. And so those who come in now will have to meet you where you're at and not at the level that you were. So it's going to look a lot different, a lot more stable and a lot more secure. But yeah, you're not stuck in this pattern anymore. You've broken free from this pattern. So you should be really proud of yourself, okay? It feels like you're in this energy of having found balance, or you're in the process of doing that right now, and it's shifting everything for you. Like you're attracting people that maybe you never attracted in the past as a result of this, because your energy is very different. You're not showing up the same. You're not settling. You're choosing yourself. For some of you, for the first time. And with the Hermit here and the Hangman in reverse, yeah, I'm further getting like this was a deep cycle, and it feels like for a lot of you, these breakups were a catalyst for deep inner work, like deep shadow work. And in the process of doing that, you know, when the Hermit introspects, they're going within, and they might be isolated, but they're seeking out inner truth, right? That's what you were doing. That's what you've been doing, or that's what you're in the process of doing. And it's it's been difficult for you, but you're getting out of this energy of keeping yourself stuck or feeling stuck. I think your perspective shift is what's moving you into this Ten of Pentacles Sun energy, where you feel content, where you feel stable, where the things that come in are things that can last because they're reciprocal and balanced and they reflect this new energy. So some of you might still kind of be in that in between, right? Like that void space where you're still in that old energy, or you're kind of like having that push and pull where there are triggers or temptations or aspects where you can maybe shift back into that energy, and you're learning how to continuously choose yourself and show up for yourself regardless, so that you can stay in this new energy. And that's what's going to bring in all of this goodness, all the new relationships and connections and opportunities that are stable and secure and feel aligned with this new version of yourself. So you should be very proud of yourself, and I'm sending you so much love. And if this reading does resonate and you want to book a full private reading with me, please check the link in my bio and feel free to follow me. But I'm wishing you all the best. Bye.